Alright guys, welcome back. Another module. Key mindset shifts to make us a setter. So first thing, our only limitations are those we set up in our own minds. I'm going to kick it off with a quote by Napoleon Hill, not to sound like a guru, not to sound corny, but it really is true. At the end of the day, the only limitations which are, they're figments of imagination, they're not physical limitations. Those all set up in your own mind, whether from your society, from programming, from whatever, right? From external environments. You came into this world as a blank slate, and then all the limitations and limiting beliefs you had, or you have right now, came from the outside, right? You're the only person getting in your own way, and a lot of the game is mental, so we need to adopt some key beliefs before getting into the strategy, the tangibles. I know you want to get into it, but let's get some things clear first. So some key mindset shifts I want you to make. Beginning as a setter, high ticket closing, as you run a business, is all going to apply. But first thing is, I'll treat my leads as a normal human being as if they were already a friend. That's a big one, because one of the most important things about being a setter, especially if you want to be a good setter, standing apart from the competition, is you want to just actually treat them genuinely. You want to treat them like a normal human being, and you have their best interest at heart. Not someone who is like Wolf of Wall Street, who's just out there for his commission or her commission, and only here to take and not to give, all right? If you're on an offer by now, which you should be, it should be a good offer, especially something that actually changes people's lives. So there's no reason why you can't feel like a normal human being, you can't be genuine and adopt this first mindset shift, all right? The second thing, all appointment setting is finding and, well, we can say lightly, we'll say qualifying to be more general. All appointment setting is finding and qualifying people who need and want our help, even if they themselves don't know it yet. I am potentially going to change their life. Again, another big one. If the offer that you're selling for is genuine, it helps, it actually changes people's lives, then you should be adopting this mindset with ease. It's like all appointment setting is just you're finding people, whether that's through scraping leads, whether that's through going through likes, comments, going through like their audience, right? Qualifying them, because we can't help everyone, but we need to qualify them to a certain degree, so we're not wasting the closer's time, we're not wasting anyone's time. We want to qualify them enough so that we know at least that we can help them out, okay? And the key thing here I said, I got an itchy eye, but the key thing here I said is even if they themselves know it yet. So you might get some people, some leads that feel like they don't need help, they don't think they need help. A bit hard to convert, but if you know for a fact they need help because you're the expert here, but even if they themselves don't know it yet, you're going to be there to guide them and potentially change your life, all right? That's number 2. Number 3 is I never take rejection personally. In fact, I seek it out. I embrace it. I know it's part of the game because one no gets me closer to a yes. So rejection, part of the game, something you should get used to, something you should actually just be desensitized to. And if you're operating, like I said in the early modules, in abundance, your volume is high, then a rejection should not get to you in the slightest, okay? People leave you unread, people don't respond to your follow-ups, people just downright ignore you, people just no-show on the closer's call. Comes in a myriad of different ways, but you should never take rejection personally. It just happens, it's part of the game. Numbers, increase your numbers, and like I said here, one no gets you closer to a yes, all right? So it comes with the game. You can't have light without dark, you can't have the sun without the moon. Number 4, I track my numbers and use data to help reach my goals. Pretty important, pretty overlooked, but if you're, for example, if you got a flight, if you're on a plane, right, and you're flying from London to New York, but the pilot is just going off by feel, he's not using their dashboard, they're not using any numbers, altitude, latitude, speed, whatever they use as pilots, right? If the cabin crew told everyone that the pilot wasn't going to use his dashboard and he was just going to rely on gut feeling and intuition, do you think you'd trust him? Hell no. You're not going to trust him with your life. You're going to get off that plane as soon as possible. So this is why, tracking your numbers, using data to help reach your goals is so important, because most of us nowadays, we just rely on gut feeling, but we can't do that, especially in business when a lot of things can be measured, can be tracked. So to put it in the appointment setting perspective, like, we need to be the basics that we need to be tracking, and we'll go over it later on, but basic things you need to be tracking: how many conversations you started per day, how many responded back, how many booked meetings you got from it, how many closed. Those are the most like entry level ones, but those are important. How many closed, how much did they close for, revenue, cash collected, how much your commission was. And as long as you have those things measured, then you can use it to reverse engineer your goals. Let's say it took you, using the tracking sheet and tracking your numbers, let's say it took you 50 conversations to get a close. All right, let's say you want 2 closes, what do? You times that by 2, you get 100, simple as. So track your numbers, use data to help reach your goals. Number 5, accept the fact I may suck at this for some time, but with enough reps and time, I will become a world-class setter. Okay, this didn't come naturally to me, appointment setting. To you, it might not come naturally to you. To some others, it might, okay? But if you're in that phase, you just have to accept the fact that, it will be a grind in the minute, it'll be a grind in the beginning, but with enough reps, with enough time, with enough consistency, you'll get good at anything you put your mind to, okay? It doesn't just go for appointment setting, it doesn't just go for high ticket sales, it doesn't just go for sports, it's just anything, right? You need repetitions, you need reference experience, you need to learn, and this is the best way to learn. It's by putting in the reps and time. There's nothing wrong with you just have to do it. Number 6, I do whatever it takes to hit my goals and won't stop until I do. Self-explanatory, okay? You're gonna have to do what you need to do to get what you want, right? Number 7, I'm constantly learning and growing my skill set. Word is going to spread around how good of a setter I am in this industry. So all these, like if you could use them as affirmations, you can just watch this video if you want, you can just read over it, but as you're learning, as you're growing your skill set, word is going to spread around. Word is going to get around how good you are, how you are separating yourself from the competition. Like I've had DMs just from people who've got the guide alone, or I've had people even just from my free content tell me how this is a couple times, but it's insane how people have gone in setting positions, they started setting and working, and then even if they were completely new or had little experience, the business owner was so surprised with the results because of how good they were. So we're kind of using this as self-fulfilling prophecy. And yeah, the first bit here, just constantly learning and growing your skill set. You always want to be growing, you always want to be learning. Never feel like you've learned enough or you know it all, because then that's when things start to decline, right? I'm always learning new things, and I'm just documenting the journey, and yeah, that's number 7. Number 8, volume is 50% of the game. I cannot lose if I speak to enough people per day. Simple as, just do more volume. If you can't think of anything else to do, if you feel like you're screwing up or you're not hitting your goals and you wonder why, and you don't know why, then just do more volume. Shoot more shots, speak to more convos. Start more convos, speak to more people, and just do more. Okay, that's pretty much the common denominator of like how to fix your situation. So that's number 8, and then number 9, just to wrap up, I have an abundance mindset and there's no shortage of leads. You're ultimately in control of how many leads you can generate, how many leads you can speak to. Okay, but we also want to have an abundance mindset. Like there's plenty of money to go around. There's plenty of people seeking help. There's plenty of people in the certain niche that we operate in. I think there you go. You can hear me now. There's plenty of people. If you don't think there's plenty of people, if you feel like your niche is saturated, if you feel like it's a small niche, then you're gonna see it through that lens. Okay, you want to start seeing things through an abundance mindset. There's more than enough to go around, enough of the pie to go around, and that's only going to help you moving forward. Okay, so these are just a few beliefs that will help you become a top 1% setter. Use them as affirmations. You might think it's woo-woo, but I need you to drill these in your head because it will make your life 10 times easier. All right, so those are some key mindset shifts I want you to make as a setter. Any questions you have, any more suggestions, just shoot them to me, and I'll see you in the next one.